Hello! No.
Jesus.
No, that sounds so fake.
Oh dear God.
Greetings, fellow Earthlings.
Hey, what's up? My name's Johnny Phillips. I'm here with Liz.
And this is a slice of anything.
Ooh, intro. We are here with Lane Factor. He's in Reservation Dogs, which you can watch on Hulu right now.
FX on Hulu.
And he will be appearing in Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans, coming out this November. Lane, tell me about yourself. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
You're doing...
I'm wonderful.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Why?
That's good.
You know, I woke up today, feel great, happy.
Tell me about yourself. Tell me everything about you.
No, but seriously, tell us about yourself. Like, what do you do for fun?
Well, first of all, I just play video games. Like that's like most things I do. I'm a pretty boring person, like in real life, but I like watching movies as like a downtime. I really enjoy watching movies, all kinds of movies, mainly like Marvel and Godzilla. Marvel, Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch just about anything.
Yeah.
Will you watch Mamma Mia?
I will watch Mamma Mia. It's a good movie.
There we go. It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Did you see No Way Home?
No Mamma Mia slander on here.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
I did. I saw it twice.
Twice?
And, actually, I just finished watching Tick Tick Boom the other day.
Ah, great movie. Great movie.
Did you see the interviews?
Yeah. I think everyone did.
Yeah.
I'm not the werewolf. Anyway.
We love you, Andrew.
Yeah, we love you, Andrew. Yeah.
And Toby and Tom. Let's...
Oh, shoot, yeah, spoilers. It's your fault you haven't seen it by now. But
We can just
Marvel
put, like,
talks
a
about
little-
it now, so if you haven't seen it at this point.
Yeah, exactly. So,
It's the spoiler of the nation.
tell me about it. Like, did you enjoy it?
I did. I went with a friend, and we actually went in suits. Like, we wore suits when we went. And we had some Spider-Man masks that we ordered, like, 2 weeks before, because they were all selling out.
Nice.
I wondered why.
Really?
Sarcastic, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but we saw the movie. It was a great movie, by the way. Like, the theater I was in, we went, like, the open, like, premiere night.
Mm.
They had, like, an early release thing. And,
That Thursday night.
mhm.
Yep.
It was a magical night.
Yes.
Disney. Yeah, you know, there were, like, people, like, cheering in, like, in the theater. Like, people would actually jump up from their seats and cheer. Like, I think, when Andrew, like, showed up for the first time, by the way, spoilers, if you haven't seen it, it's on you.
We already stated this.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, you just saw the eyes in the portal, and then, like, you
Yes.
just knew.
And I had, like, made sure that I had, like, done my research, and my brothers, you know, think that I don't know anything about Marvel, which is funny, because I watch way too many Marvel YouTube videos, but whenever I saw Andrew, I was like, please be Andrew, please be Andrew, please be Andrew. Like, it's like, yes!
Because there was I remember, like, I was following, like, you know, you'd follow leaks and stuff where people were saying,
Yes.
like, it's like, oh, yeah, you know, they're going to have Andrew Garfield come in, but then there's also this other one saying, like, oh, yeah, they're going to have the suits come in, but it's just going to be other variants of Tom Holland's character.
Nah.
I remember that one.
I was really worried that that's what was going to happen, and I was like, oh, no, please.
Because I think
was like,
everyone was, like, happy when like, the Amazing Spider-Man suit jumped through, but everyone wasn't sure until Andrew took off his mask.
Yeah. I mean, like, even 2 days before watching the movie, I just typed out spoilers on YouTube.
Because it came out in, like, overseas early.
Yeah, or just, what's it called, press screening?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I just didn't care. Or I just wanted to know, that way I could threaten people. Be like...
you heard it here first, folks.
The problem that most Marvel fans have in general is just expecting too much.
Expecting too much, and then whenever they don't get everything.
Because you have so many people who make, like, leaks or rumors or, like, fake leaks.
I don't know. So that's one of the reasons I don't like hyping myself up for certain movies in general anymore. Because sometimes
It's definitely hard not to, because once you, like, find people who are talking about it, it's kind of hard to leave that space.
or even whenever you
Yeah.
have social media, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's just
That's why I always stay off social media, like, anytime something Marvel comes out until I've, like, watched it, because then, like, you see all of the fan edits and the spoilers and all of the reviews, and I'm like, I don't want to know that until I've watched it myself, formed my own opinion.
Do you guys remember that one guy who's like, this is how I deep faked Andrew Garfield into a No Way Home set?
Yeah, that picture of him with
And they use that exact take in the movie. Like, it's that exact one-to-one take.
Well, yeah, because
It's
otherwise
closer.
it would have been like, everyone would have been like, are you kidding me? The one take that we have of Andrew Garfield
so
was
it's like-
actually
so it's their
fake.
director's
in
cut.
film, they take, like, they do multiple takes. Like, you know, like, they make you remember, like, you know, where your placement, like, what you do.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's
we
like-
don't know that, so talk to us about that.
Yeah, so it's like when you do these things, like they tell you like for camera consistency, because you know sometimes they get different angles.
Mhm.
They tell you like get you know remember what you do. So he has to have his hand on that bar. He has to remember, or at least try to keep it consistent with like camera. I guess they call it continuity.
Mhm.
So they probably did have multiple takes of his hand on that railing.
But you know, whenever in a scene, they have different angles of just two characters talking, right? And let's say the camera was right here, and it's just you to see them, and then all of a sudden you see an angle from all the way in the back, and then one that's really close. Are those just different takes, or are those different cameras?
Well, sometimes if they can get away with like hiding the camera, they'll probably try to do it like that. If they can use both cameras and not have them like overlook each other, or have people like you know, make sure you're not allowed to see like the crew members like in the back or something, or like you know you can see like a crew member or something, or like the cameras won't see each other. They'll try to, but most of the time, yeah, it is just different takes or different camera angles. Or
Yeah, shout out to a Blue Jeans guy from Mandalorian season 2, episode 4.
oh, Blue Jeans guy.
You remember that?
I remember that. I remember seeing that the first time I watched it.
You saw it the first time
I
you
saw it the
watched
first time I watched it. I was like, what the? There's a crew member back there.
it? Really? And then they edited out they literally killed him off.
Did they edit that out?
Yeah, they edited that out. Like, and Carl Weathers was the one that directed that episode. You know, Apollo Creed.
I think it's pretty funny that you can like if you sometimes like in like these projects, like different movies and stuff, you can just like take your time. It's like, oh hey, look, there's a cast member, there's a crew member back there.
Oh,
what are you guys thinking of Boba Fett?
Book of Boba Fett. I haven't watched it.
You haven't?
I'm trying to finish the episode. That's my reaction. It's like I'm trying to watch it, and then it's just like I'm just slowly falling asleep.
Personally, I am enjoying it. I do see what they're trying to do with Boba Fett, and I enjoy like what they're trying to do with it. But I just feel like it's just moving like a bit slow.
Yeah, too slow. You know, one thing I love about the Book of Boba Fett,
Wait,
it's not Boba Fett.
was it the 5th episode?
It was the 5th episode.
No.
Who hadn't? Boba Fett didn't even show up.
Boba Fett didn't even have 1 second in that.
Yeah,
And it is the best
Spoiler alert! I haven't. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, they literally like put it on Instagram like the hour it came out, just
Yeah.
like, guys, it's the Mandalorian, he's back.
Yeah,
And it just felt like an episode of Mandalorian
season 3. Season 3.
That's literally all it felt like.
Which
By the
I
way,
feel like
I
they
love to
should
see
have
the return of
done,
Pedro Pascal.
except instead of Boba Fett. I would have liked to see Mandalorian more on a like journey without Baby Yoda or Grogu. Sorry, like without him, and see how kind of like Baby Yoda affected his now like future.
Yeah, and then one thing that I've always wanted was to have the Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, and them just team up for a whole episode.
I think it would be cool to see like as in like the 5th episode, by the way, spoilers, how Mando got kicked out of his like religion basically.
Uh-huh.
It's just 3 of them left and he got kicked out. But I think it'd be cool like at the end like the other 2 show back up.
Yeah, and then
That'd be
even
cool.
even Ahsoka in there, or
I doubt you're gonna see Ahsoka in there, but speaking of, you got to see like a little like nods like the games and stuff. You got to see BD, not BD1 from Jedi Fallen Order, but like just like a BD unit.
Yeah.
By the way, it stands for Buddy Droid. I found that out.
Buddy Droid.
Buddy Droid.
Where'd you find that? What's the source?
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Oh,
Wikipedia.
I love that one. Or even have the young Luke Skywalker show up. And I always wanted Sebastian Stan to be the one that showed up in the finale. Like I thought to myself, what if it was Sebastian Stan? Because the comparisons. He looked exactly just like.
I'm sorry. I just thought of Sebastian Stan showing up with a deepfake on there, but they didn't change his voice, and he had the metal arm.
Oh no.
He had the metal vibranium arm.
I think
I
you're doing
have
yourself
not
a favor.
been to the. I only go to movie theaters usually for Marvel movies. I'm always like, oh, I want to go see that, and then I just never end up because work.
See, I like going to movies, but now it's just like now that I know like how like some things work and like behind the scenes, now it's just like, oh yeah, they probably took like 2 hours to do this take, or it's like, man, I wonder if that was practical or not.
Did it ruin it for you? Like whenever you?
In a sense, yeah.
Really?
In a sense, you know, you do kind of when you learn about these things, but it does also add to it. Like, you know, like it takes away like, oh, you know, I know how they did the scene, or sometimes it's like, man, I wonder how do they achieve like this practical effect or this camera angle, or you know, I wonder how much work this actor put in to get to like to this point, like an emotional state or something.
And do you ever
Onions.
Onions. Probably.
Do you ever watch the stuff that you're in?
No, personally, for me, I don't like hearing my voice on camera, and whenever I see myself on camera, it's very much like, it's like, oh my god, why do I look like that?
I love seeing myself on camera.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
What if the camera's not even on? And you
What
just
if the
looked at
camera's
that?
not even on and
Then
then
it's an audio podcast.
it's an audio? Oh, I wouldn't like that.
For those of you who don't know, he just winked.
If the camera isn't on.
Just recite everything that we are doing.
Like an actual movie script, but you know, like whenever you're reading the parts and then you like just say, and so turns to this with something look in their eye, and then
with
you
a starry look in their eye.
Audio description. That's the bomb. You should listen to
Audio
that.
description.
No, I love closed captions because it's like laughed maniacally or like sighed. Like they like put the whole like thing in there. They're like something
I don't,
sighed.
I don't like watching like shows with closed captions or like subtitles, but I will if it's like if they go overly in depth with it, like he raises his arm, his eyebrow goes up, you know.
Well, that's the thing, is it depends on the film. But I like those because I have
noises.
I have a very, very loud little brother. So, and if he doesn't like the movie, he'll like talk over it and be like, I don't want to watch a girl movie.
See, I'm very much a person who knows something about like an actor or something, because I just kind of like look at research stuff like in my own like free time. It's like when I'm watching movies, like my parents, me and my sister will be like, oh yeah, did you know like this actor, you know, did this, or you know, they're just like going tangent. My mom, dad, especially my dad, he's like, just enjoy the movie, damn it.
So you're really into Godzilla, right?
More than you know.
Really?
I am obsessed with Godzilla, like to the point where it's probably a problem.
Would you be the guy that's just running around being like, oh no, now they're fighting, and then you're just looking up into the sky?
As I get stomped by like Gorosaurus or something, yeah, I'll do that.
Well, you know, you could be in a movie with, well, no, was that King Kong? Am I quoting the wrong? Am I like thinking of the
Godzilla
wrong
versus
movie?
Kong?
No, it was with Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson.
Skull Island.
Yeah,
That's what I was like.
By the way, there's a Netflix show coming out. I think it's an animated show.
Yeah, it's animated.
But yeah, you could do the version of that, be a Marvel actor, and then do something like that, except Godzilla.
You know what? I love that. I'd just love to be in a Godzilla movie. I'd kill to do that.
You know what? I think I'd be the type of person to where if I got a role in like a Spider-Man, right, and then I'm all of a sudden a random high school kid, and then I hear you're only gonna have like one page of a script. I would go training. Like I would be getting all like,
you'd show up the first day like just absolutely shredded more than you are.
Bigger than Tom Holland, and then be like, what's up? And then he said, all right, now you gotta act all wimpy and nerdy and be...
Oh, they turned you into Flash Thompson.
Flash Thompson.
But the real Flash Thompson.
Yeah, from the Raimi.
Yeah, well, one that's actually like...
Flash.
So you went to the Emmys, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
How
Who
was
was
it?
your favorite person that you
Wait,
met there?
Start with how it was.
It was very fun. It was very cool. We had to keep Sterling on a leash the whole time. I'm kidding. But it was very fun. We had a great time there. You know, we all just kind of hung out, and I got to try sushi out there. That was very fun.
Really?
Yeah, sushi's not really my thing, but I think it's probably more of an acquired taste. So.
Did you or were you a fan of award shows before?
Yeah, I liked watching stuff like the Oscars or like the Emmys, like music awards and stuff, like Grammys and stuff. Mainly because they were kind of fun. They were fun to watch. You know, you never know who like when. I remember when like the first, I think it was the second Jurassic World movie came out, like The Fallen Kingdom. I was sitting there, I was watching the Oscars. like, man, I hope they were nominated for something, because I don't look like who was nominated.
Yeah.
Or I used
yeah.
to. Now I'm like obsessed with like who's nominated for this.
Yeah,
this.
who's nominated?
And I was just like, man, I hope they say Jurassic World. Man, I sure did love Bryce Dallas Howard in that movie.
I think you even presented one, right?
Yeah, we presented one.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
It was I think we presented it to the director of, The Queen's Gambit?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or something
That's cool.
like that. I think I recorded it and I sent it. You were sending me DMs.
Yeah, we were sitting next to Conan O'Brien. We were
Yeah.
saying stuff he was doing.
I am obsessed with Conan O'Brien, and you have a podcast too. So why don't you join mine, and then we could, get together and like bounce off one another.
Yeah, you gotta rephrase that.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like,
So
it's okay. You know what? If you replaced me with him, then it's okay.
I mean,
forgive you.
I'll tell you that Conan. Most of my sense of humor comes from Conan. Right?
Yeah, most our tables were sit next to Stephen Colbert, John Oliver, and Conan. I'm pretty sure there was another one there. I don't remember.
Did you meet anyone?
Yeah, I got to meet Stephen Colbert. He's actually really nice.
Really?
Yeah. And I did get to meet Conan a bit because Sterling stole his bottle of wine that was on their table.
Wow.
That was great. It was honestly a really fun time.
I was literally texting him. Just tell me about Conan. Just tell me what is his hair like? How tall is he?
He asked me what cologne he was using.
Yeah, and honestly, like I want to know everything about Conan. And then Conan even had a moment where he was screaming at the presenter.
Yeah, we were actually weren't there at our table that time because I think that was like when he like stood up and like was like doing his thing. We weren't actually at our table because we were like in the back getting ready to like come out and present. But I did see him, and I did send you that video from a distance, so it just looks like I was like stalking Conan from like 100 feet away.
I would have just wanted you to just send me another angle and then see if like see whatever he's doing. Well, what's he like?
What shoes is he wearing?
Well, yeah. What shoes are he wearing?
Was it weird to be around like so many famous people that like you
At first, yeah, it was like, man, I don't want to go talk to these people because like you don't know sometimes you don't know if like how is this person gonna react to someone like coming up or. How is this person like they're here for like this project but I know them for this or like but yeah a lot of them are just like really nice or a lot of them will be like oh my god I love your show or it's like super crazy
really
and weird to hear but it was really fun but at first it was very nerve-wracking but then you see like oh yeah these are just people and they're all there just fanning out again or like fanboying or fangirling out at but other people. Like there's people like like Evan Peters like we saw Evan Peters and Paulina was like complete like fangirling out of him.
Oh yeah.
Which is he's very nice. He's very nice. Actually.
Did you fan out in front of anyone like fangirl?
Ewan McGregor.
You met Ewan McGregor?
Yeah, I didn't. I try to keep myself composed.
Oh, I would have just wanted to get like if I ever meet Ewan McGregor, I would just tell him just say hello there and whisper it in my ears.
That
whisper in my ears. That took a second to set in.
I don't know.
I definitely try to keep myself like composed around those people. It's very hard to at first, but after a while, it's just like oh, hello, didn't see you there. Want to get a picture?
Have you ever had someone like recognize you before you recognized them?
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke?
Yeah, the Gotham Awards. I think Oscar Isaac was there, but.
Wait, where?
The Gotham Awards.
What Gotham Award? Oh yeah, and then you told me about Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, he walked by our table a couple times. He was like he didn't like sit talk to us, but I just like pointing that out that he was there because I really like Ghost Rider. And National Treasure.
Nicolas
he is a
Cage
national treasure.
Scares me sometimes.
How so?
Like I don't know, he just
I think
like
you'd play great
emits like
Superman.
he emits like sometimes like a I don't know about that like vibe, but I mean Nicolas Cage, no hate to you, I admire all of your projects.
Yeah, come on the podcast, bro.
You're just trying to get anyone to come on the podcast.
Come on the pod.
No, I always thought that he would be like 6'4", and then I would have to look up at him as he just talks about his next movie.
He's like 7'7". You just gotta.
Yeah, I think the first thing I asked you was how tall is he?
I was like, he's not as tall as I thought he would be. He's definitely like tall, but when you see like actors and it's like, man, you don't think like how tall they actually are. I think like the average height for an actor is like 5'9".
Yeah.
Or 5'10", and But it's just like, yeah, like, you know, I'm like as tall as like a lot of these actors, but I just thought they would like absolutely like tower over me. I just thought like, because I was like, man, I keep forgetting like a lot of them aren't like, you know, 6 foot and over.
Yeah.
I think Nicolas Cage is like 6 foot or something like that. I don't remember how tall he is.
So I have a question, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. Is it weird going to high school and having people like either not know who you are and then like be like, I could tell them that like basically I'm not a movie star, but you know what I mean? Like you're, you know, a famous actor. Like, you know, you have your own IMDb, which to me is famous. Is it weird like just going around school being like, nobody knows? Like,
So the new Batman movie.
Oh.
That's why I said you don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
It is definitely a little weird, but at this point, it's like, you know, I get to do this, and like no one knows like what I do, and it's like it's definitely great at times. And someone asks, like I'll tell them, but I'll tell someone if they ask me about it, like, hey, are you like an actor? Like, what do you do? Or something. Or if they ask me what I do, I probably won't tell them like, oh, you know, I'm an actor. I do this for a living, but.
It's very nonchalant.
Yeah, I try to get low-key about it.
Yeah. So
which is smart.
Yeah, I'd say so, because I think that
Lets me live a normal high school.
Because you want to live a normal life while you still can.
Yeah.
Because do you ever think that you'll become famous to the point where one day you're walking down the street and you just see a bunch of paparazzi?
I've never thought of that, mainly because I don't think I will ever be at like a point where I'm like a huge actor like that, like. Someone like someone, you know, like Kanye West or something, where he like the second he steps outside of his door, he has like a helicopter flying overhead.
But you know, how far do you see yourself going?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how far I would see myself going in like acting and stuff. It's definitely more of the things like I don't know if I want to pursue. I think I want to see what I think about it in like 5 years or so. Mm-hmm. Like in like 5-10 years maybe, like see how I feel about it. I do have a lot of fun with it, but
yeah.
But I don't know if I see myself ever being like super famous up to the point of like Robert Downey Jr. or something. That probably won't happen. But I probably won't even be like. I don't think I'll ever be famous like to the point where like I just go out and I'm like and people are just noticing me. I feel like I'd definitely be like no matter like any point in my career I'll be able to like kind of go anywhere. Maybe a person would notice me, but.
You ever thought of a different occupation?
Paleontology. That's what I wanted to do like for a while because I'm really big into dinosaurs. I still keep up with that. Yeah. Like I literally look at I literally read that stuff like in my free time. Like, oh, let's see what's like going on in the paleontology world. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I think 2 or 3 days ago, I was reading like a paper about how like the dinosaur like. The Compsognathus, which is like a small little dinosaur, how most species found around the world might just be baby dinosaurs. Yeah. Or like, you know, how maybe they're not even, maybe they're like their own thing or something.
You could be the next David Schwimmer. He did love dinosaurs and he was an actor. There you go.
That played a character.
Played a character who loved dinosaurs.
Like last year, like when like the COVID pandemic hit, like during like the middle of summer, we just got bored. So I was like, hey, let's go to Colorado. They have a pretty cool like natural history museum out there. My mom was like, we got nothing to do, so let's do it. Really? So yeah, we went to Colorado. We went to the Morrison Formation, got to see a few allosaurus. I got to dig up a little bone, and we went to the Denver Natural History Museum.
So acting and paleontology.
Acting and paleontology.
Nice. Yeah. So I think that there's something special about also pursuing certain careers. And then hopefully inspiring someone else. You hear a lot of successful people. Mm-hmm. They go through rock bottom, but the reason that they're successful is because they didn't give up.
Mm-hmm. They just get right back up and get right back to it.
Yeah, and they did way better than before.
I think great examples like Steve Harvey. I listened to like a lot of his talks he has, and like just like, you know, different times he talks about and stuff. I love listening to the Steve Harvey story. Mm-hmm. It's very motivating. Oh yeah. Or just like any stories in general.
Or even most recently, Simu Liu's. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like he became just a guy who was in photos and then
he was doing like stock photos.
Accounting counting and.
By the way, I love those stock photos, like the edits people have done with them.
It's funny.
And I love that he plays into those too.
But the thing about that is that you can already see that it's not what he wanted to do, but he kept trying. He kept pushing.
I think he said he made like 400 or so.
Yeah.
400 of them.
Yeah.
But only like 30 of them are known.
Yeah.
And like people are even like to this day, you still see people like adding him like on like Twitter or something. It's like, hey, look what I found in like this corner store, and it's like a cardboard cutout of Samuel and like a hard hat.
Exactly.
But I think it's great that he acknowledges like what he used to do, and he basically like I think he still says like he acknowledges what he used to do, and like when people are making like edits of them, like kind of like like, oh yeah, here's one of them with like Nintendo like fit rings, and he has his outfit on. He likes those, or he'll like retweet them.
Exactly.
And see, that's what I'm like. He's not embarrassed about where he was and then now like where he is. It's not like he's like, oh, that was an embarrassing part of my career.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna try and shove that to the side. Like no, he embraces it. He retweets them. Like he thinks they're great.
And he also came from almost nothing. So Lane, I'm gonna wrap this up soon. So let me ask you one last thing. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Like, where do I want to be in 10 years, or where do I like see myself at?
I guess both.
I mean, either way.
Where do I see myself in 10 years? I see myself not only like still being an actor, but doing things that I like to do, like doing projects that I like, or just doing things that I enjoy in life. Whether it be just like being a full-time actor, or maybe pursuing paleontology, I think, or even like relationships. I think it's like, as long as I'm happy doing it, I think I'll be up to do whatever. But I think in 10 years, it's really hard to say for certain. Like, where do you think you'll be, or where do you want to be? I think it's easy to say, I want to do this, or I want to be here, but it's hard to say,
I know.
Yeah, I know. And that's something that no one can ever say. It's like, I know I will be here in like 5 years. I think
that's one thing about the mentality.
Life's unpredictable.
It's about the mentality, because sure, there are what ifs. Like, what if this happens?
If there's something that you want to do and you're not sure if you want to, I'd say still go for it. Because if you don't, the rest of your life you'll just be saying, what if I did do it?
What if I did do it?
What if?
Every time I tell someone that they should just chase this goal, they just tell me, well, what if this happens? And then it's all of a sudden I'm screwed.
See, even now
they played it safe.
That's still like a problem I have, like whether it becomes like coming to acting and stuff, because it's still like, do I want to do this project? Do I not? What if
And that's important
would I want to be
consider.
a part of this thing? It's definitely important to consider, because there's like a lot of things like what if I don't like the production? What if like something goes wrong? What if I like get hurt on set? Or what if I don't like this person? Or it's like what if I don't like the project? But it's like a lot of what ifs. But I think it's important to know that like there's people who care about it. There's people who are willing to help you through things, and I think you should still try to do it.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Lane. And
thanks for coming on the pod.
Yeah, my laptop's at 1%.
Guest.
But I think this was a great podcast episode. Comment down below you watch somewhat all the way through. It's gonna be edited a lot already.
Yeah, if the camera's even going.
but yeah, I don't even know if things are still going. But thank you so much for watching this episode.
Comment golf club if you made it to the end.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for listening. If you're listening on any audio platforms.
And
I really hope this is recording.
Yeah. Either you're watching this on the channel or you're just watching clips. Thank you. So like and subscribe, please, and please.
Please.
All right,
please.
I'll see you next time.
Bye.